tOfu needs a little bit of help here, but it's much different for him. He's the 5 position, so he's a little bit more okay with trading off.
Puppey and his bounty hunter, man. He loves playing this hero. He's going to hunt so many couriers with his eyes. Very brave.
Yeah, they do manage to land the 2-man stomp here, and Ace is quite low, and they're really laying the damage into him. Puppey might just be able to finish him off. He knows he can't run. Ace is just standing here because he's got nowhere to run to. Oh, the snake, the first blood, they get it, and Puppey's dead as well. What a turnaround, Smashers.
I think Zai and Puppey successfully made sure that all 3 snakes hit both of them. Otherwise, that might go a little differently. This bottom lane will be a bit tough, I believe, for rASmus, but he's going to spam out the Battle Hunger. 4 denies already for the Tinker. That is one of the most annoying heroes to lane against. And yeah, watch this. He's going to Fairy Fire. Zai has no stun for 6 seconds, but walks up, hits once, and I'm like, okay, Zai's going to back off. No, he actually just, yeah, it just didn't work as expected.
Yeah. Oof. All right, double kill for the Smashers. Already starting things off pretty hot. You know, I actually played 4 games of Tinker recently.
Yeah, I saw you. I was going to ask about that. I'm not going to say you were playing Tinker support, Cap.
Yeah.
Why?
Yeah.
That's not a thing.
I was playing it because a professional player was playing it, Kyle.
And
I like to experiment and be on the cutting edge of
what
Dota,
division?
so I know what I'm talking about.
Who was playing it?
Okay, you may not have heard of him, to be fair, but he did win TI 2 times in a row.
Was it No-Tail?
Yeah.
Okay, No-Tail. No-Tail also is quoted as saying anything can work.
Anything can work. Yeah.
You know what? We'll see how they do later today. All right.
It turns out that hero does feel really strong when it works.
All right. Well, hey, if he's listening, you know, we're seeing them play in like an hour or 2. So No-Tail, you know, break out that Tinker support.
I would love to see some more of it.
Because I don't think Cap won any games.
Anyway, no. I actually won my games.
Okay, fine. Mid lane, this is the trouble. We don't see Tinker very often, but it's one of the most annoying to deal with just because of the blind. And then later on, you're just going to spam your march, as you can see him doing right now. Arguably even better after the changes to the runes, because you're going to grab the bottle and immediately be able to grab runes.
Yeah.
And it just, one of those heroes, much like Lina and Beastmaster, you turn mana into enemy damage and creep kills.
Yeah. And the camp is still close enough for him to be able to farm, so he's going to go ahead and stack it, go over, pick up the bounties. He's full health, full mana.
That is a really annoying taunt. You're correct.
Yes. Like, it may not be some of the, like, the, you know, the SF.
Oh, jeez.
It's not that, but, like, visually, it's insane.
Visual warning.
That's the thing I want to talk about is heat-seeking missiles, like, insanely powerful. Yep. 80 mana, 125 damage, and it can hit 2 targets. Pretty crazy ability.
Oh yeah, he's being super efficient. He farmed with March there because he had wave on his own high ground, so he was able to clear the entire easy camp as well.
Zai having a bit of a rough lane. That's what happens when you give the enemy carry first blood and double kill. Yeah. It's also what happens when you're playing a melee offlaner against a ranged carry.
Yep. Although I have been told, we were discussing in the shuttle on the way here, the Vanguard buff to Centaur makes the hero just absurd, according to BSJ. You ignore damage, and if somebody wants to mess with you, you double edge him in the face. So that will be, once again, what he's rushing. It's what everybody's doing in pubs. No boots, no build-up items, nada. Just Vanguard. As soon as you have it, good luck. Puppey, thank you. Has been killed. 35 gold each. That is so nuts. And the spam bottom is actually really tough for Matu to deal with.
Deny the creep. Get rid of the battle hunger. Tell me, man. Please.
He's out of regen. This is rough.
Yeah, this is a little rough. Speaking of who's out of regen here, Nisha blows all of his spells because the MP was going to hit him anyway, so he might as well pump some damage out.
So really, it gets better for Invoker because the EMP starts to be more and more effective, but you know, there's not really much you can do to Nisha just spamming March. Soul Ring will be the next item. He had queued up bots, but I think this is the right choice. You have to get Soul Ring on Tinker, especially after the changes.
Yeah. It is all important for this Stormstormer Invoker to be able to do well in lane because he is going to be the best hero to be able to hunt down this Tinker. So you see the stacks are building up. Nisha may have missed that last one, but this time around, with the Quaswix Invoker, they've got a hero to be able to go in. rASmus, they're going to be able to pick up this kill. Nice pickup there. Big difference there between the Axe, who's able to play active with Battle Hunger and get in your face, and the Centaur, who, you know, your build on Centaur is to max retaliate and just farm. So you aren't really a threat ever to the enemy carry.
Indeed. Oh, nice bottle refill, though. YapzOr doing his part for his Tinker. Unfortunately, will be EMP'd immediately, but yeah, they're doing a great job bottom. I love the build. rASmus with the adaptation, 2 points Battle Hunger, and then Gilgir just 2 point Shadow Realm. They're spamming damage. And oh, nice gank. This might be enough.
Yeah, it's very important for them to be able to pick up this kill. Look at even Puppey's coming over. The double support rotation into the mid lane in time for the power rune as well, so they're going to guarantee a refill here.
That's the huge part. They push the lane, so tOfu, he TPs, but doesn't feel comfortable looking to go check a rune. That is huge for Nisha. Even got the kill.
Oh, they got him again. MATUMBAMAN, not many places to run here. That Brambles is really well placed. Now Gilgir is taking a lot of damage here. He may end up going down first. MATUMBAMAN doesn't get the kill, so he still has the Battle Hunger on him, and his spin will bring him down.
Now you'll take that trade, but really well done there to continuously pressure Matu. Look at the CS. rASmus is enormous. Almost outpaced the Tinker there for a second. Matu is at 12 CS. That is unbelievable. He is below his 5 position, barely ahead of the enemy 5. This is not good for Team Secret. Luckily, Tinker's really their win condition, but the guy who's going to need to deal structure damage is this Gyro. But, you know, Matu always able to adapt. He'll likely move into a more just active role, especially when Puppey has track up, and rather than, you know, try and farm with Flak in the jungle, take stacks, let Tinker deal with the waves, farm as much as he'd like, and get out level 4 even. He's gonna just try to make moves.
Middle tower is under
See him farming the easy camp. No, the bounty hunter's here. The Ace does have some wand charges here. The TP in for the Abaddon will easily save him.
Yep.
See if they can maybe keep their tower alive.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
YapzOr, he's just trying to kill what creeps he can, because he knows he is done for here. Tries to juke him out.
Might be successful.
Yeah,
Get legs.
Well, I don't really think you can really. There's nowhere really for him to hide, sadly, and he can't outrun rASmus. So there you go. It's nicely done by tOfu, pulling the creep wave back. It actually pulls MATUMBAMAN into a knocker position here, and MATUMBAMAN's just dead. He's going to be chased down. The cold snap may have run out. The shield pop is still possible here, and they actually do get him. tOfu picks it up there with a miscoil nuke.
This is a scary spot for Team Secret, though. You have the Tinker, but rASmus is getting large enough that, you know, Vanguard's already up, so he doesn't really fear anybody, and closing in on the blink even. This is looking very solid for the Smashers because you still have the Dusa. Your carry is going to accelerate, and while I like the concept that Secret just used there, bringing Matu top, pull him to your strong hero, get the hell out of bottom, especially when there's a Vanguard hero in the lane. But where does he go now after that death?
Yeah.
Level 4.
No, it's so good that Stormstormer TPs to defend that tower, right? Punishes MATUMBAMAN. They keep it, so there's just no place for, no lane for MATUMBAMAN to feel comfortable sitting in. He's going to be mid lane for now, but it does mean they're giving up bottom.
This is the right move, though. This is really your best move. Like, the top rotation fails, so mid is the safest place on the map for him, and thankfully Nisha playing Tinker, he's very comfortable just going to the jungle. He'll spam. He's got rearm prepared, soon to have bots, and then he'll be playing both side lanes, and Matu will take wherever is most secure. YapzOr gets rid of the Battle Hunger, well done, but he's in trouble.
Yeah, he's going to be... rASmus certainly doesn't care about these tower shots. YapzOr is literally just trying to kill whatever creeps he can before he is very likely to die here. As the Brambles actually don't catch him, so YapzOr's good.
Yeah. For context, the change to Vanguard was the block percentage from 50 to 60%. Every time you proc, you take 0 tower damage, and the regen is enough that 2 miss or 2 get blocked, you're regenning the damage from the one that hit.
Surprise rotation. Gilgir, wake up. Goes for the Curse Crown. Managed to still find YapzOr here with the rotation coming in from MATUMBAMAN. He does have his level 6. This would be a massive kill if they can get it. He has the mana to TP out now if he wants to, and he's going to go for it on the high ground. MATUMBAMAN, he doesn't have the damage to kill him fast enough. Meanwhile, Gilgir He's kind of stuck. Shadow Realm up in a second here. Dodges the Shuriken, actually. That's quite nice. Unfortunately, Zai is just going to keep pace with him and can't really TP away. So he just feeds away his life to the tier 2. No big deal.
Top lane, Nisha does have bots. The whole game is now on his shoulders, and we don't see Tinker very much anymore. There are reasons for that, but we will find out in this game whether or not it has been buffed enough to be a true game winner as it was of old. Matu, thankfully, is 6, so we'll be able to get a little more involved, but right now, you just can't do anything as this secret lineup. Your draft, you know, we've even seen core bounties that look kind of weak, because it's like, what do you really buy to be effective in team fights outside of a Solar Crest, which is, you know, the medallion queued up already? There isn't really a playmaker. Sure, Centaur might buy a blink at some point, but Zai is still the full 2,000 plus gold away. rASmus is going to take this ancient stack and then have his. Nope, saving it for Ace. How generous.
So this time around, what's that, 10 stacks to 12. So it's actually Hellbear Smashers who are taking a bit more advantage.
Yeah. There's the blink. rASmus Blade Mail queued up next. The right choice. Super effective against Gyro and Tinker.
And Tinker, yeah.
But you got to take towers. That's the key.
Yeah.
From I've talked with Moon Meander, Excalibur, any of the. There's very few Tinker players left, but they all say the same thing, which is the way to beat me is to take my towers. Otherwise, you never will. Once I'm farmed enough, and suddenly the map shrinks for you because it's so much easier for the Tinker player to keep both side lanes shoved and then allow his team to make moves off the access to more information. Tornado, nice.
So this may be, they're really going to chase after him. Telekinesis into the stomp. Don't have any detection, so he's just away. Home free. Meanwhile, mid lane is going to be run over now. MATUMBAMAN, he may have died, but if they can trade out for rASmus, it'd be okay. The heat-seeking missiles aren't going to be enough by themselves, though. As rASmus does have that blink dagger to be able to disjoin it. Gilgir playing the front lines, has the Shadow Realm up, so.
The blink pickup is just going to do so much work. You've got this huge edge now as Smashers. A big window where your initiator can find kills with ease. Meanwhile, Zai, you saw there, has to blow Stampede immediately just to be able to get in range with a stun.
Now, it seems like a general strategy that Secret are employing here against Medusa. They're actually continually trying to outscale the Medusa and also get a lineup that plays long team fights against the Medusa, right? Like last game they picked up the Beastmaster, does that in spades. Now we have the Tinker, very similar concept that we're talking about, right? He lasers the Medusa, he constantly wins sustained battles because he can just jump back and forth. Do you feel like that's going to be effective enough late game compared to the Beastmaster? Or do you think Medusa eventually will take over this
I'm
game?
just not sure. I haven't seen Tinker enough to really be able to judge it. I'm more concerned about the team, because in the previous game, yeah, Nisha was huge, but the rest of his team was quite valuable. This game, Matu is a shell of himself.
Yeah.
And you don't really ever feel good this far behind against the lineup of the Hellbear Smashers. They have all this counter initiation. You're susceptible to an axe. Let's say you get a Q, run forward, go onto the Invoker, then an axe taunts you with Blade Mail active. You're going to do 600 plus damage to yourself. Same goes if you go for the axe, suddenly there's a Quaswex Invoker tornado comboing you, and suddenly you're done for as well. You can't afford to rush BKB. You're way too far behind. So he'll be going for an axe, but he'll have to rely on solely his jukes to keep himself survivable in team fights. Already a Manta on the Deuce, and he's rushing Ags. Cool choice.
Yeah, we've seen this a number of times now. The Mystic Snake turning into stone.
What was buffed in the last patch from 1 to 1 plus 0.3 a bounce to 1.5 base duration plus 0.2 a bounce. So effectively it's a 1.5 second stun that also increases the physical damage you take by 40%. That's pretty damn strong.
Yeah. Still not quite the point and click stun that you wanted, right? Just you could blink.
Sure.
Tinker, but
it's a stun.
You mix that with Cold Snap or Tornado catching him, and yeah, it's adding up.
I guess the mana shield changes were quite nice too. Just a free bonus mana Ice Frog added in.
tOfu. Not quite forced to use his ultimate there. All right, so they got the towers. Took away the safe lane tower, took away the mid tower. What's the next move here for the Smashers?
For now, you can just hang out. I think you wait for the next timing. Blade Mail Axe and Ags on the Dusa. Secret want to get out a little earlier. They just finished their blink on Zai. This is typical of Secret. They get any sort of window, they're going to smoke and just try to make something happen.
Puppey leading the way.
Where's my pension?
Gilgir being the best hero to see on map right now, but it's not something they feel super good about going for here. Maybe with the vision laid out by Puppey deep inside the triangle, they can get some better ideas.
Puppey going for his age-old strategy. It was so annoying playing against him when he did this as bounty. He'll ward. Yep, he'll ward specifically for couriers.
Got him.
He'll lose that ward, but he did this constantly. One in your bottom side, one in your top side, and he would play in between tier 2 and tier 3
This
for the rest
time
of the
they have the dust, and this time
Nisha?
Stormstormer actually dead. They're gonna push him back with a deafening blast, and the Tinker does he have Blink Dagger yet?
Yeah, he does.
No,
He
he's
got
really
clipped by
close.
the deafening blast.
Oh, okay.
Wasn't able to get out
Fair enough.
and continue the pursuit. He's really just not as farmed as you would have thought. I mean, 139 CS is impressive, but you know, the Dusa without any pressure can farm fast as, if not faster than the Tinker. In fact, oh my God, 216 CS.
Yeah. I mean, I know you weren't a fan of them picking it up, but like there was nothing wrong with what Ace did last game, right? They just got Beastmastered.
That, yeah, and to be fair, the game was even. They were down 16-5.
Yeah.
So the fact they're willing to stick with it means they may just be on to something in the sense that perhaps this hero has received too many buffs. The axe change is quite significant. 50% more stun duration is pretty nice. And the bonus man on the mana shield, just basically free survivability. In addition, I think Dire side, it's so much easier to stack camps now and farm efficiently that in a free game like this, probably feel even better than you did on previous patches. Bots on the Invoker, I like the decision. You know, you feel like this game's going to take a while, and bots are quite nice against the Tinker. Somebody's got to be able to move around the map. Also means you'll always be able to set up kills with your axe, who's quite far ahead. Puppey's dead. He was thinking courier. Stormstormer thinking about hero kills.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Very nicely done by him. Gets a kill, pushes out that top lane. He can still be bottom if necessary. Tinker shows up somewhere. We're certainly giving Gilgir a lot of room to be able to farm up as well, which looks like he wants to go the shard. I would kind of like to see a faster Blink Dagger from him. Just because, I mean, you know, it's like Synderen said, when it's an Alchemist game, it's an Alchemist game. And when it's a Tinker game, it's a Tinker game. That's like the entire focus of this game is just going to be hunting down the Tinker whenever you can. Nisha. Oh, Gilgir. Oh, okay, they spot him now. Shadow Realm goes off, trying to hide. But I think he's surrounded a little bit too much here, sadly. No escape for him. Stormstormer shows up, but it's a bit too late to do anything here.
That's worth it for Secret just because the track gold that comes in. 4-man track. Puppey pocketing an extra 130 to allies 40.
All right. Shows up with the Aghanim Scepter. He knows he's really strong at this point in time, and he catches an early kill onto the Rubik immediately. And Ace continuing to feel like he can't really be challenged too much here. They're going to poke at him. Down to half mana now.
You can't touch him.
No. Not with an Abaddon behind him especially, right?
Really nice Manta dodge. That was a Rubik stolen Cursed Crown that he juked with ease and then was able to finish off the kill on YapzOr. rASmus, yes, you're standing in the march.
You know, I hate that little mini game that you play with Tinker. The march is going off and you quickly try and coordinate, like triangulate. Okay, the edges of the march is here. That must mean he's standing here. And then you go to that spot and he's already blinked away.
That was one of the most tedious aspects of Dota, and what eternally left me frustrated were these tree games. You know, Monkey King, I'm so glad was not in the game when I still was playing it professionally, because it just drives you nuts. You hunt through the trees. There's no real tool to acquire vision other than the couple luxury spots where you can ward the high ground. So you're just guessing. Like there's really nothing you can do other than buy a Shivas, which I believe at some point rASmus will do, mostly just to get that vision.
Maybe I can sell you on a Dota idea here, Kyle. See if anything comes of this. Is they're gonna just straight up. I am a big fan of teams when they're strong enough, just backdoor tower.
Oh yeah. Especially
Like,
when you
instead
gotta
of trying to like recover the lanes, anything like that, if you can take the tower, if you're not afraid of a team fight, just go take the tower. Now Stormstormer is being left kind of alone here, and Zai is thinking about it. He's gonna go for it. See if they can burst him down real quick. The team behind him in telekinesis, the toss over. Now the snake is gonna give him a little bit of room to work with, but he's still bursted down. Nisha claims the kill. A bit greedy there from the Hellbear Smashers, leaving just their invoker to try and take that tower, and a great read by Zai taking advantage of that situation.
I hate to throw blame, but I think tOfu's got to be a little more diligent there. I understand you want to hold hands of Dusa, but you got to be backing up the man hitting the tower. That's the guy that's, you know, you've got a ward underneath you. You need to be playing around the area of vision that you don't have. It's a free kill on Rubik. No biggie, but it just feels like Secret. They're a little lost. Matu has recovered a bit. He's in spitting distance of the Invoker now, but very behind the Dusa. Has the Ags, BKB next choice, so he'll do his part to try and scale. He just needs so much time. It's really just Nisha. There's the Ags. Shrink Ray is pretty significant. The Ags was good before this additional benefit was added. The size shrinkage isn't super important. It's more that you reduce the current health by 15% and the extra 400 cast range for your laser. So, you know, if Aether Lens comes out next, which typically we've seen, it's a little less effective now. It's just simply the most value item for the Tinker.
Now, I thought Tinker was heads. Ooh, nice blink dagger.
90 gold
there.
each. 90 gold. And they never got that ward. Wow.
They will get Puppey, though. Stormstormer. Revenge for the loss of his blink dagger, a momentary loss anyway.
The smoke move bottom, though, Secret. Doing what they can to exert map pressure. Arguably, really, the only European team that can relax during this season. Say what you will about the performance of the major. Secret is like 99.9% guaranteed to attend TI as a direct invite based on the points they've already accumulated. It's the rest of the teams that are starting to sweat. Notably, I believe the two we have coming up next, Alliance and OG. They cannot afford to snooze. And I'm sure Secret, they play with pride. They don't want to drop any series, but this game is looking like an uphill climb.
Yeah, Secret currently sitting at third with 850 points. So, considering the fact that they are very likely to get some points out of this, I cannot imagine a world in which Secret does not get top 4 here in this division. Just that alone will.
Hey, you never know.
Never know. rASmus, he spots a gyrocopter. Doesn't actually go for the blink immediately, goes for the blink on a Zai instead. They're just choosing to focus on what is an easier kill for them. They see a hero that's totally out of position. rASmus does not get greedy with it. Now they're gonna, as a team, push forward into the jungle, see if they can find more, but of course Secret will have been long gone by then.
That Willow shard is so good.
Oh yeah.
That is, it actually just makes the hero viable. I didn't realize it spawned even if you dispelled the crown. Like,
effective HP versus physical damage. 16,000.
Wow.
Deuce is a funny hero, man.
that is absurd. But yeah, good luck. Thankfully, Tinker, you know, at some point, yeah, I figured Hex queued up. Yeah, it might be 16,000 damage, but if you just keep him hexed the entire fight, preferably the entire game, you should still have the damage to kill him off.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Part of that stat was showing the effectiveness of magic damage, specifically against Medusa.
Radiant's middle tower is under
And
attack.
Tinker got a nice combo of magic and pure, so.
Well, the one benefit, the thing is, pure damage is actually less effective because Mana Shield absorbs damage before reductions. So technically, all Mana Shield absorbed damage is pure. It's just that afterwards, the real HP damage is then reduced by the reductions. And Medusa, 27 plus 6 once your solar crested armor. And it's a lot of physical resistance, 66%. From the Scotty completed, so damage output starting to stack. He went for the Mystic Snake cooldown, no surprise. 7 seconds on that spell now, and of course it turns everyone to stone. 1.5 seconds at a minimum. Oh, they found Storm.
But it's a big pick off. They need to be able to burst him down a little bit quicker before he tries to jump away into the trees. Missile. It's going to hunt him down. It's going to catch up to him eventually here. A simple little bonk will end his life. Puppey caught next to the tier 2. Secret still out on the map here as they're doing what they can to be able to keep this creep wave pushed in. Now Zai, seeing a Dark Willow, thinks that maybe that's a target they can kill when they can, but you can see Secret is just desperate right now to push whatever lanes and like dodge fights and get pickoffs. They basically don't want to be in a situation where Medusa is hitting the high ground confidently with an Aegis.
You can see Nisha changed up the build, went for Aether Lens before Hex. I think because he realizes there's no chance you're actually killing him at the moment.
Yeah.
Like you need more levels, more farm on your allies before you're actually a threat. You're gonna just be forced to spam spells from the back lines, and as you said, defend the high ground.
Yeah, you're going to need to be able to laser ace without being caught by a Brambles or an Axe blink initiation.
Yep, and you can see that's already the plan. The trouble, the one flaw I see in the current meta is that even with the buffs to MKB, there's nothing you can do about mischance against structures. Like there's nothing to itemize for. So in this sense, we're probably in for a long game unless Nisha makes a mistake. Because as you saw, plus 400 cast range from the Ags on laser. Plus, was it 300 from the Aether Lens 225? What do you do? Like, it's 625 range bonus. That's nearly what do you do? Because you can also spam it on illusions and then it'll still hit the Dusa.
Yeah.
You can't hit towers during this time. There's nothing to buy. There's nothing to do. You could BKB and hit it for a bit, but then you're susceptible to being turned around on. There it is, the MKB, but man, we're in for a long one. Even with this 10k lead, Hellbear Smashers still have to play relatively mistake-free.
Ace approaches with a double damage. Secret, they don't want any part of that. They were grouping up, seeing if maybe they can get a pick off here, but MATUMBAMAN spotted by the Sunstrike. rASmus commits. But they do have the Stampede to allow them to be able to reset here. And immediately, Puppey grabbing what creep waves he can. Zai may try and burst it down with double edge and get out. But if he does, he's going to get caught. Bountiful. Immediately kills a creep to get rid of that battle hunger. But Stormstormer's here. So they've got a wealth of disables to make sure he's held in place. He's not going anywhere. Gilgir, okay. What? They didn't kill him? Stormstormer. Oh, no. Well, at least they're going to be able to kill Puppey.
But the thing is, so he got 90 gold for kill. Yeah. 81 for the bounty each. 90 gold each for the courier kill. Puppey worth 282 gold. I'd say Puppey's happy with that trade.
Oh, yeah, certainly. Zai, he had a near miss in the bottom lane where Stormstormer ran out of disables. And then still ends up dying right in front of his tier 3. Now Hellbear Smashers. A couple of pickoffs like that. See how they structure their high ground push.
The waves, man. The wave. Look, top wave is in the tower thanks to Nisha. Bottom wave, thanks to Zai and Puppey, is just now hitting the tier 2. And yeah, you could push mid, but the March spam's already down. This is the trouble. Yes, you can kill him with the tornado. rASmus could blink on top, but you have nothing to hunt the Tinker. There's no Puck. There's no Monkey King. There's no Bat Rider. Nothing that can actually find Nisha as he plays these woodland corners.
Oh, well, at least tier 2s are something that's easy for them to get, and they'll get the last one that's on the map. But yes, when it comes to the high ground assault, it is definitely slow and steady for the Smashers. Oh, hey. Hello, Puppey.
Hey, buddy.
Trying to get some warding down? Don't think so. 11,000 net worth lead. Now they showed a couple of heroes immediately. Secret, they try to kind of poke at Ace, but they see tOfu's behind them. They're like, okay. Just enough to push the Medusa back.
You know, win or lose, I'm not sure Secret are ever picking Tinker again.
Just because it's not fun for everybody else on the team?
It's not fun for poor Zai and Puppey are just running down creep waves. Smashers, I'm sure, are slightly frustrated. One of the slower games we've seen this season, but you know, this is the strat. Hide in base. Nisha, push the waves.
He wants a ward up there. He was pinging it earlier.
We'll see. We'll see. He got a huge smile on his face when they pick Tinker. We'll see what it is, what the expression is after the fact.
All right, Kyle. So these tree games, right? What would you say? I've been backing this idea for a long time. All right.
Okay.
You take rocket flare away from clockwork and you add it as a consumable, much like smoke.
Okay.
And so that gives you options to be able to play into high ground areas you don't have vision, or to be able to find heroes that play inside of trees. Gilgir tries to go for the kill. Nice interception there with rASmus. They may have lost Gilgir, but they can still make a good use of this as rASmus does set up for the Zai kill, and now that Ace is here, Secret are like, okay, that's it, we're out. BKB MATUMBAMAN is gonna wear out here. He's gonna be slowed down by the Scotty, hit by the Medusa Snake as well. I don't think he's gonna be able to make it through with the laser. Oh god, the laser does a lot of damage. rASmus, the last heat-seeking missile, he may have to blink that one out. Gyrocopter does go down, and rASmus barely survives through it all.
Really well done, though. He saved a bunch of time. Thought for sure would have been able to save Monster, but YapzOr somehow stole Stone Gaze. A little bit of... wait, do you steal mana shield still, or was that was hot fixed a couple patches ago?
You don't steal mana anymore, but you do gain mana back on the Medusa.
No. If you toggle mana shields, is it stolen by Rubik?
Oh yeah. You could still do that trick, I believe.
I swear I saw that being changed, but
Yeah, it could be.
either way, so it's Schrodinger's mistake. Either Ace messed up, or YapzOr made a really good play. Who knows? God, do you remember favorite Rubik steal of all time? FY grabbing
Phoenix egg.
Oh
yes.
man.
Cloud9 versus Vici Gaming.
How long ago was that? That was his
FY God. Yeah, that was. You know, it's good because, you know, it's a nice sound bite. FY God, much better than Bone 7. What a blunder.
kick the man. DD, Alacrity, Solar Crest. Medusa does a whole bunch of damage. She'll have Aegis. No slots left. At some point, he'll eat that Scepter. 3.5k gold in the bank. He'll actually eat the shard for himself.
Nice. So now he can send a Mystic Snake at the Tinker when he lasers him.
Dire's courier
But he has to be targeted with the spell. So if it's cast on the illusion, still won't affect him.
Yeah.
Dire are scanning.
And is that... did he really get a headband on Tinker?
No.
Another 100 cast range. 100. So laser is 100, 225. That's 325, 400 from the shard. That's 725 plus 650. Twitch chat, do you have it right? That's 1375.
No, I'm currently doing.
I won't lie. That was unexpected.
Currently looking at tier 5
Radiant's
items.
top tower is under attack.
350 cast range on the Seer
Dire's
Stone.
courier has been killed.
So, Puppey
That's
finds another
ambitious.
courier.
We're 30 minutes away from tier 5 items. Cap.
Yeah, I feel like there's that 30% chance we get to that point, you know? It's all up to how Smashers perform here. Look at that win probability. It's totally in their favor. And I feel like it should be because, honestly, again, as long as they're just patient with it, they could just poke away at the tower. Nice Manta dodge to be able to dodge that stomp. Now still hit by the telekinesis, and Zai's like, oh gosh, I didn't expect that much damage. Now Rubik's dead as well. Okay, entire team's dead.
Okay.
Stormstormer caught Nisha, so now it's GG.
Oh, they just caught
All right,
All
GG.
right.
Top tower.
Shout
Love
out.
to see a Tinker lose.
I think that might have actually been GG. Nisha had died without buyback, so Throne was going to be exposed. But credit Secret as well. You guys, they're just like, you know what, we're over this. This didn't work. We're done. Credit to Hellbear Smashers. Definitely big underdogs coming into this.
Oh, yeah.
A lot of channel points are going to be lost on this match.